expecting too much. But we're live. Fuzzy, we are live. We're live. I haven't done a live stream in ages, man. And it's a Friday night. How you been?
Yeah, good. Not too bad. Thanks for having me on. I know it's probably well overdue now, right?
Yeah, probably.
I think we promised the people a second live a lot sooner than we'd hoped, but as things do, they just get in the way, don't they? Summer holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah, both been busy. You've been busy with your family over summer holidays, I'm guessing. Has it been nice?
Yeah, it's been really good actually. It's been nice. Obviously, I've taken time off from the full-time job, so both that and, to be fair, the reselling has sort of like taken a bit of a backseat. Although sales have been trickling in the background, it's not like a priority. Every year we sort of like just prioritize like spending time with the kids, and just doing like either holidays or like daily activities. So yeah, it's been eventful, but it's coming to an end now. They go back Monday and Wednesday. So yeah, it's nice to have some type of routine.
I guess their school's okay. They've not got dodgy concrete, because I know that's kicked a lot of fuss in the mainstream media at the moment.
Yeah. No, at the moment we've not heard nothing. So yeah, as far as things go, they're due to go back next week.
Happy days. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be running a little bit of a competition. So JJ's in the chat actually. Where is she? JJ is hosting a sort of resale event. We want to obviously give away a ticket in today's show. So what we've decided to do is the best question, and Kareem Fuzzy is going to pick the best question, will win a free ticket to the event. All the details are in the description below, and you can grab your tickets now. But we will be giving away one, and Fuzzy will be choosing the one. Sorry for throwing you under the bus there, mate, but it's all up to you.
Nah, no pressure. No pressure at all. Guys, get your questions in, because I'll be choosing the person who I think asked the best question. So don't be shy. Throw them at us.
Don't be shy. So yeah, if you've got any questions throughout the stream, please drop them in. We're just going to have a chilled one tonight, like Fuzzy said as well. We did one on his channel, what was it, 2 months ago? And I said that we'd do one back on my channel. So here it is. So let's say a few hellos. Hello, Kaz. How you doing? Georgia, Full Circle. Kevin from Florida. I think that's crazy. We've got people across the pond watching. Jess saying, where's Becky? Mate, she's probably downstairs watching EastEnders or Casualty or something like that. Resell stuff. I resell stuff.
Harry,
let's go, my boy. Kaz, I'm surprised Harry's not in the gym. He seems to be living in the gym at the moment.
Yeah.
Becky or Riot. Well, it looks like you're having a riot. Tommy Trades. Luxury Pickers have joined from Greece. Oh, mate, we've got Greece, USA, England. It's a good one. Coco's Closet. Diamonds in the Rough. Becky's not coming. She's watching Casualty. Luke, Lightwork Resells. Resell and Daz, Tilly Free. I will get to some of the questions, because we've got a fair few people in saying hello. Fuzzy, where have you been for the last couple of months on social media? Where have you been? People have been crying out for you, mate.
I know. Don't I just know it? Just been busy really with like various things, like the full-time job, seeing like family, catching up with friends. Obviously the kids have been off school for the 6-week summer holiday.
Yeah.
So just been sort of like planning daily things with them, just trying to keep them occupied.
Yeah.
Me and the wife went away to Prague, I think not last week, the week before. I went over there actually to do eye laser surgery. So I did that, and at the same time we had like a sort of short city break. So that was really cool. We managed to sort of like combine both in one. A much needed break. I think it was like the first time in like 5 years that we kind of just had a bit of time to ourselves without the kids. So that was really, really nice. But yeah, no, other than that, like, to be fair, like the 6-week summer holidays is always a hectic time for us, because it's just full on with the kids. I normally take half of it off and then she'll take half of it off, and that way between us we sort of just juggle the childcare. But they're back at school next week, so it should be a lot more easier for me to get back into a groove of eBay and put some more regular content out there as well. Yeah.
And are you looking forward to that? Like getting
I
back
am.
in the groove and stuff, yeah?
I am, yeah, definitely. Especially now that I don't have glasses as well. I won't miss things on the field.
Yeah. I've had laser eye surgery before. I had it in Germany, so yeah, I know how you feel, bro.
Yeah, it's a relief now to get behind the wheel and not need glasses, to be fair. Like, my vision wasn't terrible, but like I had problems like reading bus numbers, reading train times, seeing like road signs and stuff like that. So it's nice to just be like free from glasses. And yeah, like it was something that I wanted to do for a few years now. So I'm glad that I've been able to make it happen, especially between transitioning from part-time reselling to hopefully full-time next year. It was one of the things on the list that I wanted to tick off before then, while I'm in a position to do so. So yeah, really pleased with that.
Good. Should we get into a couple of questions? Because obviously, Fuzzy, you've got to keep a good eye on these questions because you're choosing the one. You can't choose Jack, by the way, because he's already going. Who's the harder worker, Kieran or Becky? Well, define working. I work in different ways. I have different things. I've got Amazon, Next Level, Resell. I think Becky obviously absolutely trounces all over me when it comes to eBay. But I did put a lot of effort into Amazon and Next Level. But overall, I would have to say Becky, if I'm being honest. But 5 videos a week, that's quite tough for a YouTuber to do 5 videos a week. That takes a lot of work and effort and time. But if we're going to be brutally honest, Becky probably wins. Okay. We've got one for both of us here. What are your long-term goals for reselling? I'll let you answer that one first, Kareem.
I think for me, it's definitely to go full-time, although it's sort of like short to long-term. Definitely to go full-time, and not just go full-time, but actually have a sustainable full-time business as well. For me, one of the luxuries about being a part-time reseller is that I have a full-time wage to fall back on. So actually, I don't rely heavily on like sales, but if I'm going to up my game and go full-time, then I need to make sure that I can at least mirror my current full-time earnings and hopefully push on and excel in that and do even better. So yeah, that's definitely a sort of like short to long-term goal for me.
Happy days. Long-term goals. I don't know. I don't know. Just keep going and getting better and better. Improving my 90-day total on eBay. Improving my yearly total on Amazon, and improving numbers on Next Level. Really happy with all 3 of them at the moment, but you can always do better. I'm a strong believer that you can get, if you put your mind to it, you can be better than you are today, for sure. I've always said every day I wake up, I want to be a better version of myself the day before. So there's always ways you can do that. But I just want to get myself moved into my new unit, which we're getting tomorrow. So me and my partner will be moving in from tomorrow. It's going to be a bit of a long couple of weeks, but I think once we get the 2 weeks, probably take us about a week or 2 to fully move in, fully get settled, etc. But long-term goals, just keep growing. And with that, the good thing about that unit, it has the room to grow. So we've taken on half of it at the moment, but if we do need the other half, he was more than welcome to let us have the other half. So, it's a good reason to keep pushing, especially now that Q4 is like 30 days away. So, which is crazy to say, right?
Yeah. No, that's brilliant news. Like on that note, like I think it's great that you've managed to take that next step and move into a new unit where, like you said in your earlier video, you can actually do everything in one room now.
Yeah.
So I bet that's going to be such a relief for you, and it's going to save you time, which is ultimately time that you can reinvest into the business. So that's amazing. Have you sort of like mapped out where you want your different workstations to be within your unit, or are you sort of like just at the moment blank canvas, see how we get on?
Yeah, I think we've done a little bit of a map, but I think it will change. If I'm being brutally honest, I can't really remember how big the spaces are. So what we've got is we've got an office space, a big space, a kitchen, a bathroom, and we've got a massive outdoor space. So I don't think we're going to be using much of the bathroom, if I'm being honest. It's got a shower and everything for some random reason. So if we could put some sort of units in the bathroom, I know it sounds really strange, or some sort of station there. I know, what the hell am I doing putting potential units in a bathroom? But it's a space that we're really not going to use. We're not going to, we've got a house. We don't need to have a shower in the workspace. So we're just going to go with the flow tomorrow. We're going to obviously start moving stuff in tomorrow, and just go from there and just see what happens. I've ordered a few more units today. I've got clove rails. I've got trainer storage units, proper ones, the ones that I think you probably use, and just go with the flow. Obviously, we're both moving in as well, so we've got to move potentially 2 businesses into one working area. But like I said, there is room to grow within that building, and we've got massive outdoor space that we could generally probably host our own car boot sale, because we have the whole of the parking area, which is all ours. We've got a massive patio, got a barbecue. It's like a house. Like genuinely, it is like a bungalow. But just gonna go with the flow, see what happens. Really, bit of a strange one if you ask me. But like I said, we can grow, we can move. We've got time now to settle in before Q4, because Q4 we all want to smash it, right?
Absolutely.
Reseller Daz, that shirt is fire, Rummage. Thank you very much. John Luke actually gave it to me for my Secret Santa. So yeah, I've been wearing a lot more. I've got another Dutch one with Dennis Bergkamp on the back. Obviously the legend of an Arsenal player he was. That's a nice shirt. I got that from Westlands Flips. So yeah, it's a cool shirt in it, to be fair.
That is sick. I saw that in one of your videos, yeah.
Nice. That's my effort to win a ticket. Jack, you're not winning a ticket, mate. You're part of the group. You can't win the ticket. I think the person that's winning the ticket so far, in my opinion, is full circle. But yeah, get your questions in, and Kareem will pick the best one to receive a ticket to our little event that we're doing in Q4. All the details are in the description below. It's being hosted in Manchester. We've got our own venue. We've got our own food. We've got our own DJ. Yeah, everything's there, and it's been organised by this lady here, JJ. So go and have a look if you want to participate. Timothy, hi from Tim in Lincolnshire. I used to live in Lincolnshire, Tim. So welcome. Kaz has a question. What's your best experience with your reseller journey? Fuzzy, I'm just gonna let you go first on every single question.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is what happens when you're on this channel.
Yeah. We flipped the script now, haven't we?
Yeah, we flipped the script. That's all we got.
Yeah, to be fair, it's probably been the summit, I have to say. I've not been reselling for too long, probably just shy of 2 years now. But the resale summit was probably one of my best experiences, because you've got like sort of daily experiences, picking up things that you've not picked up before, learning new brands, learning the value of things, working sort of like behind the scenes. But I think you've got like almost like milestones within your journey as well. And the resale summit for me was just like amazing. It was absolutely out of this world, and it was the first time where I physically met like a wider group of people who were all like-minded, who were all sort of like there wanting the same thing together. So yeah, that's definitely been like my best experience so far in my journey. What about you, Rummage?
I haven't been to anything like that. I've not been to any meetups, or I've not been to the resale summit before. I was asked to go to the summit, but I was in America. But if I'm being honest, best experience with resale, I think it's just meeting people. Like, it's similar to yours, isn't it? Just meeting great people. Like, we got a really good group together. You know, I'm a big fan of talking to people. My DM's always open for anyone to say hello. You know, I just love meeting people, like-minded people who share the same interests as us. You know, want to pop to a car boot, we'll go and do a couple of car boots together. You know what I mean? It's just like, I think the community is, you just wouldn't get the community anywhere. Where else would you? If I'm being honest. I think the group community itself just it runs itself. Like, people say reselling is a lonely job, but you know, if you just talk to a few resellers every day, it becomes less lonely, right?
100%. I'm sure you'll vouch as well. Like, the footwear community WhatsApp group that we've got is always active. It's always lively. You know, we're never shy of conversations.
I do like our little WhatsApp group we've got going. It's good. I mean, it's not even little anymore. There's like 80 odd people in there, 60, 70 people in there now.
Yeah, it's massive. It's massive. And you know,
it's West Ham massive, mate.
I need to make sure I review any new people that join, because I think we're outnumbered now.
Light work resales. Man's been dancing in the street. Yeah, Fuzzy has been dancing in the street. I saw since, was that this weekend? A couple of days ago.
Weekend just gone. Notting Hill Carnival. Been going since I was like 6 years old. My nan took me to my first one. Obviously, I'm half Caribbean. For those that don't know, my dad's from St. Lucia, so I've grown up being embedded into like the Notting Hill Carnival, and my mum and my brother and my auntie still live in the Notting Hill Ladbroke Grove area. So it's like, for me, it's like going back home, really. And it was something up until COVID we used to try and get down there for every year. It was tradition. And then obviously that halted with COVID. So now that it's all opened up again, it was nice to sort of go back after a few years of missing out on it. Yeah, it was nice. Good to shake a leg and you know, it was good. It was nice.
Good. Question: Coco's Closet Collections. If you were to start again with the knowledge you have now, what would you do differently? I think I would probably niche down to one specific category. I predominantly sell clothing and trainers, and predominantly trainers. However, I'm partial to, you know, if a Nintendo Wii's like £5 at a car boot and it's got Mario Kart, I will pick it up, right? But that's only because I've picked it up before. Whereas I've started completely from scratch and all I knew was, say, trainers, then I would just literally, the knowledge I have now, I'd niche down massively, because you can speed up your processes well quicker. You can have the same package. If you're selling just trainers, it's literally just a couple of boxes for high-end trainers, but predominantly trainers get put in a mailing bag, maybe a little bit of bubble wrap around the trainers if you really wanted to, but you can just get away with just putting them in a mailing bag. It's all the same sort of size, so it makes your postage things quicker, makes your listing templates quicker. So, and then at the end of the day, like we said right at the start, you got to value your time in an industry like this. So I think from the knowledge I know now, what I'd do differently, I would just pick one category and run with it and make it as efficient as possible, and just tweak little things to make it even more efficient. A bit like you, Fuzzy, actually, because you only just sell trainers now, don't you? Pretty much.
Yeah. I only sell shoes, to be fair, but mainly trainers. But there is that 20% which, you know, includes like, you know, women's footwear, hiking boots, you know, like cycling shoes and stuff like that, outdoor shoes. But no, that's really good. I think for me, what I would probably have done differently is just done a bit more research and used the eBay sold tool a bit more when out in the fields. I guess like everyone, you got to start from somewhere, and you don't know until you know, you come across it. But when I first sort of like, before I started just selling footwear, when I was an everything seller, albeit for a short time, I would just like massively just guess while I was out on the field. So I'd be like, Star Wars, okay, cool, I'll pick that up. Looney Tunes, all right, I'll pick that up. DC Marvel, yeah, surely. And then I'd go home and then look it all up, and it was like, okay, maybe there's not really enough meat on the bone there. So it was, I was just guesstimating basically. And obviously since then, while I acquired the knowledge, I used eBay solds like everyone.
Yeah, happy days. At least you found a niche that you like doing and you have an active interest in, and you can just, you know, put all your time and effort into that one category, right? And it means a lot for somebody that can just value a shoe in the field without having to look at sales. Like that's worth its weight in gold.
One good thing. Yeah. That is one good thing about obviously being a niche reseller. I'm actually using the eBay solds tool a lot less frequently now.
Yeah,
I'm getting through the fields a lot more faster. There are things that obviously is still new to me. I'm learning every week, but yeah, like majority of the time, I know it or I've sold it before. So yeah, it does save a lot of time.
Happy days. When you're starting your YouTube channel, what is the hardest part when starting the channel? Do you want to answer this one first? Because you're quite a new channel, aren't you? And
sure.
So you'll actually experience this. You're experiencing this as of right now.
I think the hardest part I found in the beginning was like learning the editing side of it, because I think whether you are an in-depth editor or you're a soft editor, like you still need to know your way around a software editing system, program software. So I think if you've never come across that before, then, you know, just like reading up on it, watching some YouTube tutorials and just learning the basics, you get better and better each time. But I think if you've not done that before and you haven't got like a huge background or experience with using that type of software, then that can be a bit tricky. And also as well, like, you know, you want to make sure that you've got a good setup as well, whether that be like, you know, a GoPro or a good camera, audio kit, lighting. You know, there's a lot to sort of like take into consideration. How about you?
Yeah, similar to that as well. And I'd also mention managing your time, because at the end of the day, we're all in this business to make money reselling. And I can tell you now, editing, recording, everything, and editing isn't a short process or whatsoever. You've got to edit it, you then got to render it, you then got to upload it, you then got to do the thumbnails, you got to do the tags, you got to do the descriptions, you got to do the links, there's 8 things there that I've just literally just rolled off my tongue, and that all takes time. And if the time that you're doing that, you're not making money on eBay, right? So so what can I say? But yeah, and I think getting your first 100 subscribers is quite hard. And I don't think people should feel daunted by getting the first 100 subscribers. Not now that there's a community like we have, because, you know, for example, if you send it to, I don't know, myself, John, Ricky, Korean, like if you send your channel, if you're a new channel, the likelihood is we will share that channel as a massive group. And then if I share it, somebody else will share it, and so on and so forth. It has a real big knock on. So you get your first 100, 500 subs quite reasonably quick now, because the community is so good. So don't worry about getting your first like 100, 500 subs, because yes, it will take time and effort, but you've got a good community behind you that will help. And that is the beauty. Like I keep saying, like the beauty of the community is everybody is willing to help, no matter what. If it's to do with eBay, YouTube, Amazon, vintage, you know what I mean? Like there's somebody that knows something about something.
Yeah, no, definitely. I echo that. You know, I mean, my channel is relatively small at this stage and slow moving, but I would not have got off the ground the way I did had it not been for the community and the love and support from everyone. So yeah, 100%. Like, don't think too much into like subscribers and views. Like that will just come naturally.
Yeah, for sure. Jack, get a timestamp where he says Becky's the hardest working. Well, I've seen it in the group chat, and they've snipped it, and I can see it on the left-hand screen. So that's it. That's happy wife, happy life. See, don't worry, it's been recorded. Look, they've already snipped me. They've already snipped what I've said. You never save saying anything online, right? This is a question for you. What are you most excited about and most nervous about regarding becoming full-time?
Thank you, Harry, for the question. I'm most excited about working for myself. Not having to put on a uniform and wake up every morning and travel into the city and work for someone else. While I'm humble about it, while I'm grateful to be in a position where I have a job, I feel like if I can do reselling full time, then it will greatly improve the quality of my life for sure. So that's definitely what I'm most excited about, like being able to actually have more hours to put into what I do now, and knowing what my full potential is, where my ceiling can take me to. So that's something that I'm looking forward to. I feel like as a part-time reseller, there's only so much that I can do in the hours that I have spare.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. In terms of most nervous, it's probably like most people who transition from part-time into full-time, and that is like the financial side of it, not having the safety net of a full-time job. So just sort of like making sure that I move over at the right time, at the right pace, and just give my best really, and try and at least match what I'm currently on, and then, like I said earlier in the stream, like push on from there.
Good questions, good answer. Tommy Trades, how do you balance focuses between the reselling business and the YouTube content creation? It can be tough, especially now that I do Monday to Friday weekday videos, and I record on the day, edit on the day, and upload on the day. It can be tough, but I've got myself in a routine now where I will get up at like 7-8 o'clock. I used to stay in a little bit later than that. I'm not going to lie. But now that I know that I'm keeping myself accountable to make sure I've got a video out, and I want to get work done. And then I will stop sort of recording around 3-4 o'clock, and then I'll edit till about 6 and get it uploaded for about 6:30. So I've got about a 2-hour window to edit and get everything ready. But I know John Luke does it as well. He does 5 videos a week, maybe even 6 now. So it'd be interesting to see how he does it. But I have got an editor who edits my Friday videos at the moment. He does my car boot videos. But I do the weekday ones because they're more like vloggy, so I can kind of edit while I go. And they don't need too much editing, to be fair. And by the time I send the footage across to my editor, I might as well just kept it in-house and done it myself. It's not like I can't edit. I've got the computer, I've got the MacBook, I've got things I can use for it. It's just time versus money, right? But it's just keep editing as I'm going. And I think what's also happened is, because I know I'm doing a video, it makes me want to do things that I wouldn't normally do on a day-to-day basis, because then I can like testing VHS players or testing video game consoles or stuff like that. Like, it's something a bit different. It's a bit new on my subscribers' eyes. And it makes me just get shit done, if I'm being honest, because I'm holding myself accountable. So that's how I balance it and how I focus on certain things. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying it at the moment. I think I've done a whole month now of daily uploads, so I think it's the first month. So yeah, I'm happy with the results. The community smashing the support. Yeah, really, really happy. How about you, Fuzz? I know you've only recently come back, but let's spin the question a little bit. How would you cope, or how would you focus when you come back and do, like, are you planning to do 1 video a week, 2 videos a week, or?
I think I will sort of aim for about 1 a week. 1 a week, or at the most 2 weeks. I don't want to go more than 2 weeks without doing a video. That's obviously as a part-time reseller. Once I go full-time, then I'm hoping that I'll have more time to put into it. But yeah, I think for me at the moment, there isn't really a balance. If I'm being very honest, there isn't much structure. Again, it's only because I've got like so many other things going on alongside being a part-time reseller. But yeah, it is something that I want to create like a better schedule, because I want to obviously get into the hang of putting out regular content. I do get like messages from like friends and from the community asking when the next one's coming out and stuff. So yeah, I dropped one earlier today just to sort of get me off the mark. And I don't know what it is. You feel better after you put out a video. It's just like getting a sale, really. So yeah, I'm hoping to kickstart that and just push on, really.
Yeah, happy days, mate. And if you haven't already, go and subscribe to Fuzzy Feet. His link is in the description below. And while you're down there, there's other links and things to look at. Like Worry Seals, think I did it wrong way around. Should have got a unit, then bought the van. Lol, got nowhere to put my stock. I'm currently looking at a van. Well, I've wanted a van for a couple of weeks, and yeah, I don't like car shopping, so van shopping's even worse. I hate car shopping. It does my head in. And I've now recently realised I don't like van shopping either, to be honest. It's a pain in the ass. Kaz says, being that, me and Chloe doing one of Kieran's dreams. Yes, you are. When are you both coming down to see us? Is this for the shop opening? I'm always down to come and visit the shop. You know that. I think it'd be a laugh. I think it's a bit up. I think it's up from you, isn't it? They're like Nottingham area, Derby area. That's north of London, right?
Yeah, I think it's. I think they're not too far from where the summit was last year. But yeah, no, I'm always up for a road trip. If I can, fit some thrifting in there, then why not? And yeah, let's make it happen.
What's good, everyone? Hello, Richard. How you doing, buddy? Have you revealed how much the unit is to rent, Kieran? No, I haven't, but I will probably do that. You have to wait for a video, Jack. You'll have to wait for a video. I know that's going to wind them up, but Jack, you're going to have to wait for the freaking video. The best connections and friends come from the summit. Plenty of people hated it. Did they? Did it get a lot of it? Like I said, I got asked to talk on the summit, but I was in America, so I couldn't.
Yeah, really, I can't really say too much on the latter, but on the first part of it, definitely, I've made some good friends and connections from there. People that I speak to daily, weekly, monthly, people that I've then gone on to see at meetups. So yeah, no, 100%, definitely agree with that.
Happy days. We've got Ricky Resales. How you doing, buddy? Long time no speak. I mean, I probably spoke to you about 3 minutes before I came onto the live, but how you doing, bud? You're right, man. Wow, imagine it not being meeting your missus through reselling. Are we that far behind? Oh, wow. I'm guessing that's what my best experience through reselling is. Shit. Yeah, I'm hopefully. I don't think she's watching, so. Ooh, yeah. Justice for Becky. Yeah, we'll leave that. Cool. Next. Wow. St. Lucia is a beautiful place. Have you been to St. Lucia? Then yeah,
I haven't. Do you know what? Regretfully, I haven't. Being further away, it's not something that I've got round to making it happen yet. But no, definitely, me and the wife speak about it all the time. I want to go there and see my dad's side and sort of embrace the roots. I want my kids to see it as well. So it's on the agenda.
Nice. I need to scroll up a bit. I've jumped to the bottom. Do they charge £2 for the toilets?
I'm guessing you're referring to Notting Hill Carnival. It's actually gone up due to inflation. It's £3 now to use the toilets.
£3?
Yeah.
Right, Jess. Yeah. Jess, if you're listening, I think we need to charge £3 to use the toilets at the event on January. Bloody hell, £3. That's mad.
£3. It was 50p once upon a time.
Wowzers. Gary, hi, Rummage and Fuzzy. Hi, Gary, mate. How you doing?
Hello, Gary.
Still waiting for Kieran to turn to the daily refinement storage method. No. The problem is, mate, there's no. Daily refinement takes, like, excuse the pun, but he takes reselling to the next level, right? Like, but then a load of Americans do. We're so small compared to any American out there. But you never say never, Jack. Never say never, mate. But right at this moment, I'm quite happy doing the way I'm doing it. I'm changing to rails as well. So I worked out I can get about 300 items of clothing on a double dual rail. So I got 2 of them. So I should be able to get about 600 items of clothing on rails, which will save me so much space, because at the moment I just fold everything, pre-pack everything, and put them in a box. Excuse me. And I think to be a bit more space savvy, I think on a rails with would be good. But like I said, it's all about trial and error. It might not work. I might hate it. And then if I do, I'll just go back to what I'm used to. But I'm always up for spicing it up a bit. What about you, Fuzzy? Are you quite stuck in your ways, or are you willing to, like? I guess with trainers, you can either really put them on the rack system that you've got, or put them in boxes, right? There's not really any other way you can do it.
Yeah. There's not really many different options that I have at my disposal. If I'm presented with another option that I think is better and more effective, I'm open to it. But at the moment, working with the already limited space that I have, it works well for me. Yeah.
Happy days. Everyone's saying hello to Ricky. Ricky, missing the vid. You looking forward to Crimbo? Yes, Crimbo. Yeah, I saw his Instagram the other day. He's not a massive fan of Christmas. Kaz, am I the only person who can't seem to sell trainers? Probably not. I bet I've got a few trainers that I've had for 6, 7, 8 months on eBay, but I just have 400 pairs of trainers at one time on eBay, so it makes it seem that I'm selling trainers more than I actually probably am. So it's probably not just you. The more you've got, the more it feels like you sell, right? It's always that sort of like cliche sort of. I've got like 900 to 1,000 items listed on eBay at one time. I think it's the lowest it's ever been for a long time now, which is about 814 maybe, and 400 of them, just over half of them, just under half, sorry, are trainers. So yeah,
I think it's only normal when you've got like less items from the same category. You sort of clock watch it a bit more, and it just feels like it's slower and longer to sell. But when you've got like loads, like in my case, and they're obviously selling, then you don't really notice it like that.
Yeah, for sure. Ricky's shaving his beard off, maybe, I don't know, or his hair, I don't know. He's doing something. I think it's his beard. Or hair, I don't know. Sarah, a little bit late evening, all. No worries, Sarah. Welcome.
Evening, Sarah.
Welcome. Kieran is my stepdad. Oh my god. Am I? Is that a good thing? Or is that a bad thing? I don't know. I have no idea. What would your advice be for slow sales, reseller burnout? How to avoid it and what to do when it happens? Well, this is where I go back to doing your research prior buying your item. What I mean by that is checking if it's a good sell-through rate. Sell-through rate is still very, very, very overlooked. And if it's a very simple exercise, if you type in, I don't know, Coca-Cola can onto eBay, and there's 100 sales and there's 50 sales per month. There's 100 sales per month and there's 100 listings. Then you've got 100% sell-through rate. So within 3 months you should sell within 3 months. So for me, how to avoid it is just check sell-through rates massively. Don't buy anything that using that method. Don't buy anything that's going to take 6, 9, 12 months, and you can base that quite easily on what is selling, what's listed, versus what's actually sold within the 3 months. Over to you, Fuzz.
Yeah, no, I'm very much in agreement with you, Kieran. I feel like we all get into a habit of looking up eBay solds, and we just look at the figures. We don't actually check the dates. You know, when did it sell, and what is the time frame between each sold? You know, are they selling every day? Is there a week between them? Is it a month? I think that's very key. Not just going by what the last sold was, because that may have been 2 months ago, and the next sold may not be 2 months after. So yeah, in terms of burnout, I think as cliche as it sounds, like try and find that escape, whether that be a hobby or just like going on a date night or having a social with the friends, like just having that time away from it so that you're not just always sort of like head in a bucket, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think that's really important as well, to take some time away and just enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy your whatever you can, just to take yourself away from it, and then once you've had that for a few days or a week, or as long as it takes you to do it, and come back, you're fully refreshed and just smash it. I think that's really important. I think a lot of people just get so stuck listing, buying, listing, packing, selling. You know what I mean? Like pack in. You know what I mean? You've got to take some time for yourself. And if you're full time, one of the main reasons why you went self-employed, or why I went self-employed, is so that I could have my own time, and I've got the flexibility to do what I want when I want. So if I feel myself getting in a rut like that, I'll just go on holiday, or go away for the weekend with my partner, or go and see my mum and dad, because I live, 200 miles away from my mum and dad. So I think that's very, very important. Good point there, Fuzz. I'm gonna call you Fuzz. I like it. This one's a question. How do you go about finding car boot sales / garage sales near where you live? Me personally, if you just type in Facebook's a really good place to find what car boot sales are near you. And if you just put where you are, so for example, I don't know, Liverpool or Manchester, just put car boot Manchester into search field in Facebook, and you'll get loads of pages that will pop up. And then on them pages, you can click on the pages and it'll have their address. It'll tell you the times. It'll tell you the location. It'll tell you if there's an early bird option. It'll tell you when the buyers get in, when the sellers get in. So personally, I think searching Facebook itself is a really good way to at least find one or two, or maybe three. And then from there, you can speak to the local trade and then say, is there any other car boot sales near here? Because 9 times out of 10, especially if you talk to traders or house clearance guys, they go to multiple car boots in that area, so they will know all of them. They'll tell you the date, the times, if it's on multiple times a week, etc., etc.
Yeah. So for me, it's definitely Facebook. I think there's a Facebook page called like Car Boot Local Finder or something like that, and basically they just share like all car boot sell Facebook pages and local information up and down the country. So that's pretty good. Also, when you go to a car boot sale, as you said as well, when you get speaking to a lot of the house clearance guys or just like the regular traders, they will always tend to recommend other local car boots within the vicinity as well. One thing that I found incredibly helpful with Facebook is yard sales. If you go into the event section of Facebook and you just type in, just put in different keywords. So put yard sale, jumbo sale, jumbo trail, tabletop sale, and then just put like just set your date parameters. You'll be surprised like how many of these go on every day or at the weekend, like locally to you as well.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree massively. Oh yeah, is anyone here from the Lincolnshire area? I lived in Spalding many moons ago. Fuzzy, roughly how many pairs do you buy a week and sell a week?
It varies really. Obviously, being part-time, depending on how much I'm able to put in that week, is how many I will get out. I've had weeks where I haven't bought anything because time didn't allow me. And I've had weeks where I've bought 20 to 30 pairs, that including maybe a boot sale haul, and then maybe sort of like half a dozen pairs through Vinted. Again, same with selling. I've had weeks where I've sold 1 a day. I've had weeks where I've sold 2, 3 a day. So yeah, it just depends on any given week, like how much I'm able to put in.
I like it. I like it a lot. Great answers, guys. Thanks for sharing. No worries. Also, hello, Ricky. I heard Callum's got a van. Yeah, well, I'm trying to buy that van, and it's not going very well. But it is what it is. We'll get there eventually. We'll get a van eventually. I believe Kieran's done something with his hair. His head doesn't look as big today. Chee! Nah, mate, just got a headset on. I don't know. But it is what it is. Maybe one day my head looks bigger. Maybe it's the t-shirt. Maybe I'm just getting bigger shoulders, you know? I don't know. I'm hoping. But what I've realised, if I get bigger shoulders, it might make my head look smaller. But then it might not, but we'll go with it. You ain't going to do that stupid bid up TV on this live, are you, like other lives? No mentions, Ricky. No, we're not doing an auction, if that's what you mean. Unless we auction off Kareem's hat, Trapster hat.
That's not going nowhere.
And I'm not auctioning the football shirt either. I love the summit, loads of great resellers, and vibe was boss. Question from Chloe, who's in the gym. Where's all the Disney stuff? On a serious note, any advice on accounts, apps? That's good. Yes. I've got a couple of Disney bits in, but they're all packed up in boxes ready for tomorrow's move. When it comes to accounts, I hear that QuickBooks is very, very, very good. I know Ricky's here. I know he's got a affiliation code. Next Level Resale also has affiliation code, but if you hit up Ricky, I'm sure he will sort you out with a code where you can get 50% off your first month, I believe. Don't shoot me if that's wrong, but definitely QuickBooks or Xero. I used to use Xero spelt with an X. You've probably seen that advert a few times while watching TV or YouTube, but Xero and QuickBooks are definitely two that I would recommend massively. Fuzzy, what do you do full time now? As you're really well spoken.
Oh, thank you.
That means I'm not.
I work in physical security. I do manned guarding for a tech firm in the city. So I do shift work. I work 4 days on, and then I do 4 days off. So that's where it gives me the time to balance everything else, including reselling. So yeah, thank you.
Chloe, Ricky's got a Disney muff. Go and buy it. Imagine flicking through 600 items to find one. Jack, I'm not. I think you can skew up on a rail. I've got plans. I've got big plans to be able to skew properly on a rail. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I can't sell trainers on eBay, partially because I'm bad clothing lister, but mainly as I've got none in my store. Well, this one will make you laugh. Don't you just love like West Ham fans? Fuck. Honestly. They're like, oh, don't take Rice. He's the best player ever. And then all of a sudden, because they're like beating Luton 1-0, they're like top of the league, like, oh my God. 3 games in. Sorry, Bearded Cat. I'm not having it. I'm not having it, mate. I'm just not having it. Just not having it. You would have loved to have kept Rice. But the only thing I would say on this, right, we don't look as good as we did last year. And I think that's because Arteta is, I don't know what he's doing at the moment, but he's like playing preseason football. He's tinkering the team way too much. Why is he taking Gabriel out of the team? He's played like 76 games in a row. He's not missed a Premier League game in 2 years, and all of a sudden it's dropped and he's bringing Partey and right back. The tactics are all wrong, mate. They're just
too much tinkering with the system. Yeah,
I would say we don't want to talk too much football. Partey is the holding midfielder. Declan Rice is a number 8 doing the Xhaka role, and Odegaard.
Odegaard is a 10. Yep. Go back to basics. What worked for us last year?
Then Zinni left back, Ben White right, Gabriel Saliba. It's so simple.
Fix itself.
You know what, Arsenal? I'm here. If you need me, I'm here. I saw a graph showing eBay was valued at 9.8 billion. It was funny to think that we are all piece of that giant pie. 9.8 billion. Wow. I'd love just to make 1% of that. Actually, 1% is 980 mil or 9 mil. I don't know. 9.8 mil. I don't know.
Let's not go there.
That's too late. I've had 6 weeks enjoying family life. My eBay's gone down to 165 items. I tell you what, I've got a question for the chat. Q4 is round the corner. What is your goals for Q4 with 90-day total? And how many listings do you want on your store at Q4? Let me know. Kareem, actually, I'm going to ask you that now. What would your target be for your 90-day total over Q4? And how many sort of roughly listings do you want to be sort of going into Q4, sort of sprinkling around Q4 area?
Yeah. If I can get a 90-day target turnover, obviously, of about 10K, I think being a part-time reseller, I'll be pretty happy with that. In terms of listings, I want to try and get to maybe that 250 to 300 mark. At the moment, I'm sort of like floating between the 120 and 140. So yeah, that would, I think, put me in good stead for when I do go full-time next year.
Nice. Mine's, I don't know, really. I don't know what I want to smash. I don't know. I want to smash eBay, obviously, but I kind of want to smash Amazon as well because there's big things happening at in Q4 for Amazon. But eBay, I would like to get maybe 1,000 listings, which isn't a lot, really, when you think about it. On top of what I've already got, sorry, I must admit that. On top of what I've already got, it's not a lot. So it's only like another 150 listings. Obviously, if you haven't got 1,000 listings, then I can appreciate that's probably a lot. But I would like 1,000 listings, roughly, sort of stay around the 900 to 1,000 listings. And I'd like to increase my 90-day total by about 25%. Or maybe pushing 30%. Talking of doing your due diligence, have you guys used eBay's Terapeak? That is a quality piece of kit, and back in the day, it was only available for people that had an eBay store. I believe it's now available for almost everybody, if not everybody, who has a seller's account. So Terapeak is basically it scours the whole of eBay in the last 2 years, and you can see what's sold in the last 2 years, which is amazing for them really unique items that you can find in the field. So I have used it. I use it quite often. I've got like a fan official Queen jumper, which has got Freddie Mercury, and it's like 1982. And we Terapeaked it, and it's like worth 350 quid. And I could not find anything anywhere else. So I went on to Terapeak and I found it. So that was a nice surprise. I think I paid £5 from a charity shop. So yeah, if you don't use Terapeak, it's just in your Seller Central. It's top right. It's called Terapeak Research, and I think it's this first thing off it. So yeah, definitely use it. Do you use it, Kareem, or are you just pretty shit up on your trainers, mate? You don't need to.
Yeah, I think I sort of like built a decent like knowledge bank of solds. I mean, I probably will have to at some point, especially when I go full time and I've got more time to come across things that I haven't heard of. But at the moment, like I sort of like just tend to stick to what works for me, what I know, what I've sold in the past, and the standard 3-month eBay solds is usually enough for me.
Happy days. I'll tell you what, you've got some questions. You've got a lot of questions to siphon through to pick the giveaway. Obviously, I won't buy I will personally buy the ticket for you. But if you do win, then we'll obviously do a bit of messaging on Instagram, because you'll need to know where it is and if you can actually make it for a start, and we'll go from there. So if you do win today's little giveaway, that is the giveaway, is our little event that we've got going in Q4, then obviously I'll buy the ticket once we've confirmed everything and you're happy with everything. Moving on, question: how many Vinted items do you buy each week, and how many do you reject? Mine are more battered than they look in the pictures. It fluctuates. If I'm having a really good week sourcing elsewhere, then Vinted, I don't even look at Vinted. But if I'm having a poor, what I mean by is if I have a really good weekend of car boots, I then don't, and I don't need stock. I'm not going to lie. I do not need stock anyway. But when we went to Chicago, I think I came home and I had 116 trainers from Vinted. In the week that I was in, Boston. The week that I was in Boston, I bought 117 and I rejected one. So that's a pretty good, but I'm one of them people that will look at the photos over and over and over and over again, and I will literally like zoom into the photos, make sure there's no like heel cracking or midsoles falling apart or holes in the uppers or laces missing or insoles missing or marks in the you know what I'm saying? I will literally, and I know there's a lot of snipers on Vinted now, and I am one of them. So, but if I lose it, I lose it. There's plenty more that comes on Vinted, trust me. You could buy something on Vinted every minute, every 30 seconds. There's always something new. So I'd rather do that and not have to reject them than have to reject 50 out of the 117 that I bought. But that's me. I will literally look at every inch, centimetre, everything.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's very similar to you. Like, it depends on the week. It depends on how much stock I'm sitting on. Did I have a good car boot haul at the weekend? How is it going for me at the kilo sales? There's lots of factors. Like, if I'm super busy, I don't even go on Vinted. But I find that when I'm not so busy or I'm on a trip away, then I tend to sort of like indulge more into Vinted. There's weeks where like I haven't like bought anything from there. And then there's like times where I've bought like 10, 12 pairs in a single day. So it just depends really. But I agree with you. Like, it's great for like clothing, for footwear, for me anyway. And actually, I prefer it to a boot sale because I don't have to leave my home and I've got more choice of like models and makes to choose from. With boot sales, obviously, you know, you don't know what you're going to find. Whereas with Vinted, you can narrow things down by searches, and every second, as you quite rightly said, people are uploading. There's probably like thousands of like shoes and trainers that's been uploaded on there each and every day. So yeah.
Yeah, completely agree, mate. We're going to zoom through the last few questions because the hour's nearly up already, but we'll get your questions answered. I can't speak. How do you get higher money for the things you buy from charity shops and other places? That's a bit vague question, but and it's very different for every category. So, for example, if you're buying trainers, then if the cleaner that you can get them, the more money you can demand, the more money you're going to get if you make them look newish. Electronics, if you're buying electronics, a good tip is if you want to get higher money, show it's working. Take a photo of it working in, you know, if it's the last photo, if it's like a VHS player, take a picture of it working on a TV and just say in your description, TV not included. That will help you push higher value. And just again, it's all about research and having the right keywords and the right item specifics. You know, fill out as much of the item specific as you physically possibly can, and just go from there. Like that all helps. It all plays a part. I will personally, and I know this is where me and Fuzzy differ. If a pair of Vans or Converses or anything like that, slightly sort of what I'd say lower value trainers, I will just fill it out as the much less needed, the better for me. I'll stick them on for 20, 25 quid, get them gone. And then that's what I would call myself bread and butter items. I wouldn't even bother cleaning Vans or Converses if they don't really need to. But I know, Fuzzy, you clean everything, don't you? And you get really good prices. So it's all depends on your business model as well, right?
Yeah, no, I agree, definitely. I think fortunately for me, where I just sell footwear, I don't really need to like use charity shops as a method of sourcing. If I happen to walk past one and obviously I find a good deal in there, then I won't walk past it. But yeah, just like listing optimization, making sure you've got good photos, nice background, fill out your item specifics, have a nice description, offer returns as well, and just give like buyers that confidence.
100%. Anthony says, good evening, chaps. Hope you're well. Apart from car boots and charity shops, do you have any other stock sourcing contacts? And if yes, that would be, what would you recommend to create contacts for regular stock? One of my favorite places are house clearance people. And you can just meet them at car boot and then get their number. And sometimes they'll leave stock behind for you. I remember having one in Spalding. Every Sunday, he would meet me at the car boot, and he would have half a van load of just VHS players, because I used to sell loads of VHS players back in the day, and DVD remote players, everything. So get to know your house clearance guys is a good way of getting regular stock. Speak to Ricky. Ricky's always willing to sell you some bits. Just make friends within the community. Like, I've bought loads of bundles off other people. I've bought bundles off John Luke. I've bought bundles off Ricky. I've bought bundles from X, Y, and Z before. So, like, there is ways in which, and I have got quite a good contact for clothing, just off Facebook. No, not clothing. Sorry, trainers. And he found me through YouTube. So maybe make a YouTube channel if you're comfortable enough. You can get some good deals from there. I know you have a kilo sale, don't you? Korean near you, which is pretty good.
Yeah. I have. I'm quite fortunate enough that I have a rag house which run a daily kilo sale just across the road from me. So I managed to sort of like build good contacts with them. They've got my number, and they ring me pretty much daily and put aside stock for me. And then when I go there, I sort of sift through what I want or what I don't want. So yeah, through that, I've through obviously time and trust, I've managed to build a good relationship with them. So I'd say about 70-80% of my stock comes through that, and then the 20% is sort of split between car boot sales and vintage.
Right, we're going to zoom through the last few questions, and then Fuzzy's got to make a decision who's going to get the ticket. Best sell. My best sell was recent. I very luckily found 4 1998 Premier League footballs, Mitre footballs, classic footballs. I paid £2.50 each for brand new 1998, and I sold them all for over £120 each. So £10 in this initial investment, just under 500 quid. And that was literally maybe like a month ago. So probably one of my best buys. And yeah, I nearly kept one, if I'm going to be honest.
For me, depends how you sort of like, look into bestsellers. Is it something that sells quickly? Is it the value? For me at the moment, I'm doing really well with, I have to agree with Bearded Cartpuller leather Converse boots. They're doing really well for me. They're literally flying out within days of listing them. And Adidas Ultra Boost is something that often goes under the radar with a lot of other resellers. And as soon as I list them, they're literally gone within like a day or two.
Perfect. Best way to learn brands, Martin, I would genuinely say continue watching YouTube resellers. The amount of times I have YouTube resellers on the background while I'm working or whatever, and then you just pick up on brands. Like, you might just hear a brand, like Charlie Pete the other day said Billionaire. Never heard of Billionaire shirts before in my life. Neither did he. And yeah, now I'll be on the lookout for Billionaire shirts. So yeah, I think watching YouTubers and doing that. And I'd also say as well, just go onto eBay solds, just type in like shirts, eBay solds, low to high, bosh, There you go. You're welcome.
Yeah. You eBay solds, YouTube, as Rummage quite rightly said, and just being plugged into like forums and community groups.
100%. Can you see yourselves eventually hiring people to help, or will you just push as far as you can by yourself? I can genuinely see myself hiring somebody. I think would like to hire somebody on a Christmas basis, if I'm being honest, just to get through some of the death pile I have. I don't know if you're talking about full-time or just temp, but I can see myself hiring somebody 100%. I was actually talking to Becky about it the other day, potentially hiring her brother's partner. I think he said her boyfriend's partner, but that's obviously her. but brother's partner to help maybe, or maybe when I'm just on holiday and just leave my shop on and then have somebody that just runs it for me. Just like don't even have to list anything if the person can't list or whatever. Just somebody just to look after my holiday times or whatever. That would be quite nice, just to keep the shop going. But what about yourself, Kareem? Or are you just going to concentrate, get yourself full-time first?
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see myself hiring people in the future, but I think the stage that I'm at the moment, which is what I would regard quite early in my reselling journey, I'm not looking that far ahead just yet.
Happy days. So here comes the 750 items, 35k, 30 day. Gee, go on the boy. That trumps yours, Jess. Move over. 35k 30 day, 75k 90 day. I like this one. This is my favorite. Q4 sucks. 10 listens, £90 day. Yes, loving it, Ricky.
Go, Ricky. Yes.
Jack, Q4 90 day, total 55k, 1,000 new quantities per month, 1,000 listens a month. Jack's got an insane setup. I went to his house. When did I go to your house, Jack? 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and he's got like a new place, new units and stuff. And he's got an incredible setup. He's got like one of the beastly disc cleaning things that like do like 200 discs in and just leaves it running. Mental. Wow. What's the easiest way to keep costings and profits of items sold? Do you keep track of each item, cost and item name separately? You can either do a spreadsheet or you can join in with QuickBooks. QuickBooks, I know, again, Ricky, keep plugging, Ricky. You've got all the plug as much as you want. QuickBooks has got a good way of tracking the items. Yeah. Just going to speed through because we did say we're going to finish at 9. But yeah, definitely have a look at QuickBooks. I know that they do something very, very similar. Q4 last year, I was doing everything and smashed Christmas jumpers out and was like 18k. But this year, I've niched down to trainers more, so I'd be happy to 10, 15k. But do trainers sell well at Q4? The reason why I've always done trainers is I feel like trainers just sell all year round.
Yeah, I agree. You don't even notice really if it does better or worse at Q4 because it's just like a steady seller all year round.
Yeah, 100%. Want to get close to 20k 30 day? That's amazing. Like, some of these targets are wicked, man. Not a ticket to the Gunners game. No, it's a ticket to a reseller event that Jess is hosting, JJ, and me, Ricky, John, and James are behind it. You know, helping her push it. We know Jess. We've known Jess for 6-7 years. We know what the venue's like. We're gonna all be there. So yeah, we're just helping out the community, helping her out. Just going from there, really. But if you do want to get yourself a ticket, the link will be in the description below of the videos. It'll be in the description of this. What's it called? Stream. And yeah, but we are giving one away today, and I'll pay for that ticket for one of you guys. But Fuzzy's going to pick who wins. Should see how many trainers I bought tonight on Vinted with you two. True.
The WhatsApp group. It's funny because the WhatsApp group always get on to me about how, like, when I'm occupied, it's like a free for all on Vinted.
That's mad. Going to be heading off. Thank you very much, Tommy. Wish you a great and wonderful weekend. When's the auction? Not sure. No, there's no auction, Ricky. We're not copying you guys. You know, your auctions are good. We'll just do our little thing. I thought it was 250 discs, but still 50 discs, man. Like, who cares? It could be 250 if you bought 5 of the machines. Jeez, you know, he can grow, he wants to grow as well, right? He might buy 5 next week just to piss you off. I bought some Boss mesh leather hiking boots. They are no soles and nothing on Terapeak. They are in great condition, hardly worn. Just wondering what you suggest pricing them up. RRP 204. Well, I know Fuzzy's answer. He'll just fucking lob him up for £204. He'll probably get it. He'll probably get it as well. Now I'd probably list 120-ish if they are in like excellent condition. 130. Can't say I've ever. Is there a brand to it, or is it just, or what?
Boss.
Oh, Boss. Oh,
Yeah.
Hugo Boss.
Yeah.
I've never sold Hugo Boss leather hiking boots before, but based on RRP, I'd go at about 120, 130, and just accept offers, have offers on, promote your listing, bish bash bosh.
Yeah, I'll go the same, about 125 best offer.
Yeah, that's great minds think alike. I think we are going to see. Look, Jack, I was only, I was 500 discs, 50 discs. Mate, it's sick. It's sick. But like his whole setup's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. Love it. Love it. I think it's been a bit more than 3 years, Jess. Has it not been like at least 4? I've had to put up with you for 4 years. Fuzzy, would you like to announce your favourite question? And then
that time's come already.
Yeah, man, I'm just throwing you straight in. I should have not mentioned anything.
Do you know what?
Then just gone bang.
Yeah, there's been some really good questions today. Loads of good questions. But I have picked one question, and that question was from Coco's Closet Collections. And the question was, if you were to start over again with the knowledge you have now, what would you do differently?
Here it is.
And that's a question that stood out to me. And the reason for that is because hindsight is a wonderful thing. And I feel like every day we think about the next thing, but we never really reflect back. Well, I don't so much reflect back on what I could have done differently with the knowledge that I have today. So yeah, good question and a well-deserved winner.
Coco's Closet Collection, if you're still in the chat, please let me know on Instagram and then I can go from there. But if you're not in the chat, then you're not going to know that you've won. Oh, yeah. They're here. Woohoo! I was just really interested as a newbie. Yeah, so Coco's Closet, if you've got Instagram, just drop me a DM on Instagram and we can go through the details and we'll go from there. But that is a great question and a definitely deserved winner for sure. I think that, like you said, hindsight's a wonderful thing. And I know I would do stuff differently. So it's incredible. So yes, Coco's,
great question.
Message me on Instagram, Rummage Around Store, and we'll get your ticket sorted for the Q4 post party. And it's going to be a great little event that we're hosting in Manchester. So, yes, thank you very much, Fuzzy, for joining. Thank you all so much for your questions. We've had some really, 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 really good questions. Can you put a link for the event? Bearded Carp, the link should be in the description below. Baz, if you look in the description below, it's going to be a good one. In January, so, recover from Christmas. Nice little stopgap between Reseller Summit for the Reseller Summit. So you can join some. There's only 74 tickets available now that I'm aware of because we have sold 1 or 2 already. So yes.
Also, Kieran, if I may, I am organising a reseller meetup over in Grays, Essex on the 30th of September. It's going to be from 1 o'clock at a pub called The Bull. So if you're interested, just head over to my Instagram page at FuzzyFeetFootwear, where you will see the flyer details. And if you've got any more questions outside of that, just DM me.
Perfect. Yeah, make sure you do go in. It's in September, didn't you say? So it's quite.
End of the month.
End of the month. But yes, go to Fuzzy's channel. Go and give him a subscribe if you want to go and do a meetup with Fuzzy and there's a fair few people going, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen a few on the WhatsApp group that we've got going. There's a lot of people going, so definitely go over there. Our event is in the link in the description below. There's a few tickets already sold, so coming over, happy days. We've got DJs, we've got food, we've got drinks on arrival. We've got a whole venue to ourselves. We've got loads of parking. The only problem is it is in January, so there's going to be a limited amount of car boots to do. But we're in a great location for charity shops. So yes, come over, bish bash bosh, Fuzzy's little meet up, September. Hopefully, mate, I'll make that. I'll come along. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Okay. We'll see you beautiful lot in the next one.
Thanks, guys. Cheers for the questions.